See, let me show you what I used to do, like when I was working in McDonald's. And it is, again, to me, I had no issues with the job. The issue that I had, though, like the job in itself is absolutely chill. It's super chill, even if it's busy. It's even chiller when it's busy because then you can see, you know, you're just working in how would you say that? Like in series, basically, as we call it. That is like just like doing things right after not one another. It's very satisfying too. But yeah, this is basically what I worked with, or how I did my McDonald's shenanigans. I'm just gonna put this on a background, by the way, and then you guys can continue talking.
You use tongs?
Oh, hey, we cleared another sector. Okay, let's see.
Good. Do you use a nugget scoop? Okay. Those are all requirements. Now, we're doing nice. Every day. Every day, yeah. It's every day, bro. You're gonna need 3 more buns down.
See, sometimes I just miss like this work. I know it sounds weird. It's like who the fuck is wanting to work in a McDonald's? But when it's just like this, it's kind of chill. And in the meantime, you know that food is gonna go to someone who's gonna be happy receiving that food. Name one person who is sad receiving fast food.
I'm always happy when I get my nuggets.
I'm even happier when my 6-piece comes with a 7.
Oh, the ones that are fused together? Oh, yeah.
Fused together, or, you know, the person just doesn't know how to count quotations around that. And, you know, you get an extra nugget or 2.
Heck yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true, but then again, what would a vegan be doing in a fast food place?
Getting the impossible burger.
Oh yeah.
I do like it when it's being.
I mean, honestly,
it's a lot busier. It goes by a lot faster.
like sometimes when I during my time at McDonald's, again, the time itself, the work itself, super chill. I always made sure that the burgers looked as perfect as possible. You know, usually when you get like the shady McDonald's treatments where the burger's like all like stomped flat and like you think that a tank ran over it or something like that. But at times you would also get like a veggie burger, for example, like very rarely, like maybe 4 times a day, we would need to prep a veggie burger like that. So there are vegetarians that do tune in or that do hop into the McDonald's. But yeah, the vast majority obviously are the non-vegans, the omnivores, I guess. How would you call something that isn't vegan? Mike, we don't have a label for ourselves. Like we have the vegans and we have what?
Vegans, carnivores, omnivores?
You got a table for a second, I'm a sweep.
But it's just so funny. It's just funny to say like we have vegans, but then if you would say like they have a label like being vegan, right? But we don't say like, oh, we got another burger for an omnivore. We're gonna, you know, prep an omni burger or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, just watching this makes... I don't know. I'll just still need to see...
I know that this is an older McDonald's too. You can tell that this is an older McDonald's judging by the floor, basically. If it's like this orange thing floor, like these orange dark brown tile thing, it's an older McDonald's. So they're usually also smaller. But yeah, the vast majority are going to be a little bit more modern, of course. But in terms of functionality, it's the exact same. You just have more or less space, basically, depending on where you are. But everything else works the exact same way. Also, like, I recognize all those beeps, by the way. You think that, you know, with all these beeps going on, that people have no idea what's going on. But with all the machinery beeping, like, I can tell what those things mean. So it's kind of funny to be like, oh, yep, like, chicken nuggets are ready, or this is ready, or this needs to be thrown out, or fries are ready, patties are ready. And again, it is a mandatory thing as well that the place is absolutely clean as hell, though. Also, that beep right there. Wait, hang on. This beep right here. Hang on. That one. That beep right there is the fryer asking you whether you want to do a filter or not. Basically, what that means is you basically drain all the oil, basically, into some kind of a like receiving pan kind of thing, so that it recycles and filters out like all the gunk out of the oil, basically out of the frying oil thing, and then it pumps it back in so that it's a little bit more clean. Because otherwise, you know, there's a lot of things that go in and out of the fryers.
I didn't really know what the beeps were, but they do hit me in my nostalgia childhood dreams. All those memories.
Does the filter get treated with shortening? What do you mean by that? But yeah, like every beep has a meaning. Like whether the patties are ready, whether one of the fryers are ready, being with chicken or chicken nuggets, or in our case, chicken wings at times. It depends on, of course, what the menu is, what the availability is. But that's usually like the go-to thing. Like in the meantime, while there's like a calm moment that there aren't too many customers, you do this, you sweep basically the floor. It's very simple. And especially in smaller McDonald's kitchens, it's not going to take that long. And of course, indeed, washing your hands is also mandatory. In our McDonald's place, we always had to wash our hands every hour, mandatory. Because, you know, sanitary reasons. And we are very strict, so everything has to look squeaky clean as well.
Yeah, also, Tabi, you said chicken wings. So you guys got chicken wings over there?
We indeed have chicken wings, and then we get like a, like either you can order like chicken wings being 3, 6, and 9, unless they change that. And then there's also a crispy chicken box, which has a mixture of chicken nuggets, chicken wings, and sometimes also chicken tenders, depending on which one you want.
You guys get all the cool stuff.
Yeah, they have a totally different menu. They have so many different things. All the good stuff.
Now the real question is, do you guys still have spaghetti?
The thing that is rare, though, the thing that is rare here is like the breakfast menu, right? We don't have like a breakfast menu with like eggs and bacon or whatever the hell that you guys have. Like I saw like we have a couple in the bigger cities usually where there is a breakfast thing where you can get like an egg burger or something along those lines, which sounds nice. But yeah, the one that I worked at, we didn't have that. Because it's not exactly a big city where I worked in. But yeah. Let's see, I worked at a gas station in college. When the fryer was filtered, you had to put a filter in the drop pan and treat it with shortening power. We didn't have to do that, like with shortening power, or powder rather. We did have to clean it, like every time the manager had to check like with like a measurements, like pin thing that it basically, you know, measures the values of the frying oil thing. And what it would do is like see if the thing, like if the oil is still good to use or not. And if not, then everything has to be cast out. And then we have to, and we have to filter it out completely and then also scrub the insides of the filter, basically. That usually happens every morning. Every morning or every other morning, depending on how busy it was, of course. And that's also what I had to do. So, like doing the cleaning, all the filters itself, because not many people were able to do that. It's like not difficult. It just takes a little while, but it's not difficult whatsoever. But yeah, I usually, it's also so funny that I had to usually stand at the FCN thing station, which basically means that the fried stuff, like fried chicken, nuggets, fish, all that kind of stuff, at the fryers, basically. And there was like, how many fryers did I have? Like 6 of them, if not 8. And no one liked doing that. No one liked doing that. It's actually stupid easy. You just put your food into the trays, into the oil, push a button for a timer, that's it. It's super easy. And people just didn't like to do so because you always need to have a set amount of nuggets or chicken so that in case there is an order that they can instantly get it, basically, that the customer instantly gets it. But of course, you also have to make sure that you don't make too much of it because you don't want to throw away food either, because there's all these things and these trays that you see, these yellow, golden, transparent trays. All that food, including the patties, have a timer for how long they can be used. Because, you know, if they're too long just sitting there, then they're not going to be good or tasty anymore, and then we throw them out. That's why you have to be very consistent in how much food or how much patties or how many patties, how many chicken wings, how many, you know, stuff like that, that you don't make too much of it. And make sure that there is enough, but not too much.
Hey, can I get that black Hutch's spatula?
Okay. I mean, just hearing about it and just seeing the video does make McDonald's look like a nice place to work at. Then again, I remember I'm in America, so...
It is entirely dependent on the colleagues that you work with.
Yeah.
So, like, the job in itself, as you can see, it's not difficult. It's absolutely not. You just need to be speedy and you just need to memorize, like, the, like, how you need to make the burgers. Like, a Big Mac is stupid easy to make. A cheeseburger, a hamburger, also stupid easy to make because it's basically the same. The only difference is cheese between the two. Recipe's exactly the same. Basically, the buns go into a toaster. You put the top bun upside down on the paper, then mustard ketchup, and then pickles if they want it. Usually just standard, like, you put pickles on it. And then the patty, or if it's a cheeseburger, cheese and then patty. And then you put the other, like the bottom bun on top of it. You close the blocks or you wrap it up in the paper, and that's it. Super easy. And if you really want to have the chillest job at McDonald's, well, normally if you're in the kitchen station, you'll be doing everything. So you do the dressing, which is what this guy here is doing, which is, you know, making the burgers basically, like compiling the burger with whatever ingredients that the customer wants, or what type of burger that the customer wants. And you will also need to do like, for example, the bread that, you know, which type of bread that you need to put in the toaster. There's not that many different types. There's maybe like 4 or 5 of them. The chillest one of the bunch, the chillest job in the kitchen is always the grill. It is the chillest and is the absolute chillest job in a kitchen that you can get, because the only thing that you need to do is just put patties on the grill, or at least the amount that you need, and also keep into consideration that you need to have certain amount already ready to go into these trays, basically. And that's it. And then every time when the patties are ready, so you pick them up like with a little spatula thingy, and then you put them in the trays. And after every time that you made the patties and that you remove them from the grill, you have to clean it, like with a little scraper thing. You scrape all the gunk aside, like there's like little trays on the side that you can put like whatever residues are on the grill, and just wipe it off, and that's it. And then you rinse and repeat. It's just that over and over and over again. It's super chilled, super easy. But yeah, it is a chillest job in a kitchen.
Hey, do they want pickles on that? Spicy?
All right. Cool.
Sounds super cool. Sounds
Like for me, it took me, I think maybe a month and a half to memorize every burger, because of course there were quite many things to do in the kitchen, of course, besides just doing the dressing. But yeah, that's why I was basically the assistant manager of the kitchen area in particular, because they entrusted me with my capabilities of doing things right, and they knew that I didn't fuck around. So they were like, yeah, Tabi, can you regulate the kitchen? I'll be like, yes, fuck yes. I get to command people to do what they're supposed to do. Cool, I'll do it. And that's usually what I did most of the time.
So, unofficially, you were the assistant manager.
Yeah, unofficially, I was basically the captain of the kitchen, so to say. So it was very fun. Like, I had to make sure that everything was in order. So to say, it's like I was checking on everything, like do we have enough food? Like do we have enough patties? Do we have enough nuggets, chicken, all that stuff? Checking on the things, whether they needed a veggie or if the fridges are all filled up. And then I also help in myself on every station in the kitchen to be like, okay, I'm gonna help you out so that that's done. And just like I was all over the place, basically doing all stations almost at the same time, assisting the other crew members. But that was basically what I did, so.
Yeah, it pretty much is a little simulation blip. You know, we're taking a small break, so we're just watching how fast food is made.
Yeah, this is a video of a usual day in McDonald's, basically. And so again, it is something that I used to do. And if for whatever reason I would lose my current job at the post office thing, I would instantly go back to McDonald's. That's how I know, like, it is a very chill experience. It's just that the people that I work with were absolutely... They're like students. They're just very young people that don't give a shit that they're basically there. And they know that they are there only temporarily, just for a quick buck, basically, and they don't give a shit about the job, while I do give a shit about the job. So yeah, that was something that I clashed with quite some time with people. I'm thinking like, hey, like one time, I will never forget this. One time, one of the crew members, one of the students, like someone who still went to school, English, wow. That went to school, Chunka, your unga bunga nihoi manoi is rubbing off on me. That someone who still goes to school, we call them students, like a job student, basically. Which means that they still go to school, but they also work. So when one of those dropped a bun on the ground, and then I saw that and I was looking at him and I didn't do anything. I was like, what is this person gonna do? He picked it up and put it back on the paper in order to serve it to someone. I'm like, no. I just literally instantly grabbed them aside, like, no, we're not gonna do that. Either you eat that bun right now, or you throw it away and make a new one.
Yeah, no. Like, the moment something hits the floor, it's no good. You gotta throw it away.
5-second rule.
Yeah, but that only applies once it's out of the kitchen.
And when this is your food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did work in fast food for like a month. It wasn't a McDonald's, it was a wing place that sells chicken wings. Again, it was only a month because when I got hired, a bunch of people did, and I really wasn't getting hours. I would be lucky if I got a day of work there. But yeah, no, I had a little bit of food experience, and yeah, so I don't mind going back to working with food. Just
I'm gonna take it all.
You know, I want to go to like one of the better restaurants, but if any, be of course McDonald's, Wendy's, something. I'm going down to less, okay?
I don't know, like, I think that Burger King, like McDonald's and Burger King work as good as exactly the same. I don't know about Wendy's because we don't have a Wendy's here. But I know that Wendy's makes their burger like straight out fresh, so they might have a different procedure. So I don't know how exactly they do. I think the assembly might still be the same, but I think there's still different methods. I don't know. But I know like 100%, like Burger King and McDonald's, they should work as good as identical from one another.
Yeah, I believe they do, and yeah, Wendy's is, you know, fresh, never frozen, that type of motto. So yeah, there probably is something different to it. I honestly can't tell, but eh. Also, Chris, shut it. Go back to sleep.
But yeah, this is the job that I did. And then also, as you can see with the ingredients here, like the lettuce basically, there's always labels on it. The moment that you put lettuce into one of these boxes, then you have to put a label so that the people know when was this thing put in here and how much time do you still have left to keep using this. Because at some point, this will also need to be thrown away. So that's why it's also important to not throw too much in there as well, so that you save as much as you can so that you don't lose money. So that's also something that we have to do, is making sure that everything is labeled correctly, because you have to do so. But yeah, it's also just like a routine of just making things as fresh as possible with your ingredients, so that they are just not just collecting dust and gunk and whatever the hell for the entire day. The same thing with the chicken nuggets or the fish or the regular chicken patties, all that stuff. See, the reason why I keep talking about this so passionately is because it should prove that I did do this for literally quite the living. But again, the job in itself was super chill. The colleagues or the job students basically that I had to work with, not so much. And I also had to stay up like quite late at times, like very long, to do closure, and I hated doing closure because it takes so fucking long and it is so tedious to do so that everything needs to be squeaky clean, right? When you do a closing shift, then everything needs to be like cleaned out, and it is absolutely annoying as hell. So the grills need to be clean, and that is one of the most difficult things, the grills, cleaning the grills, because those things are fucking heavy. Those things weigh an absolute shit ton. To move them around is already difficult. To move them around on wet floor is even more difficult. Plus also you need to clean those with like a very specific routine with like water and like a cleaning detergent thing specifically for those grills. And it is like all the gunk on the grills basically are very, like it gets dark basically, literally dark that is. Like it's all this brown stuff that you can see that are sticking to the grill. It's not that it's like all pieces and whatever, it's just like residue basically that is on the grill. And you need to, well, clean that so that there's nothing left. And you have to scrub like crazy, though. It's absolutely crazy, though. And it's also, you have to be careful with the grills as well, because, you know, should be hot, you know? But yeah, usually, like, you have 3 to 4 people, like, doing things, because you also need to do the dishes. Like, every single tray, every little box, like the plastic boxes where the lettuce or the pickles are in, those also need to be clean, all in a dishwasher thing. The floor needs to be cleaned, everything like inside the trays, the tray themselves need to be clean, the iron thingies within the trays also need to be clean, but those all go into like an industrial like dishwasher thing. But yeah, everything needs to be absolutely squeaky clean at the end of the day. And sometimes when like in my case, for example, when I have closure, most of the time, someone would always just leave basically to be like, okay, I'm fucked now because it has to be clean, but we're, you know, a couple people short because they don't want to do closing. And that happened to me so many times though, and I lost my shit though when it happened. Like, after like 10 times, I was like, fuck it. I was like, okay, dear manager, I am going to do my parts, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again to be, you know, cleaning up someone else's shit while they are supposed to be here. I'm not doing it again. And they were like, yeah, we understand, Tabi, it's okay. Like, it sucks though, but it's okay. It's like, I understand. But then, like, other incidents happened where the job students, again, were just being stupid because what they did that really pissed me off is these trays that you see with the nuggets, they put that on top of the, like, this heater thing, where the trays are basically stacked in. And they put that on top of them, and like many of those on top of one another. Do know those things are oily, so they can be very slippery. So what happens is, when we place too many on top of one another, at some points, one of those things is gonna fall down, which is exactly what happened to me. I tried to pick up one of those things to put them away into the dishwasher, but one of them was not like securely put on top of one another, and it slipped on right on my head. And those things are fucking hefty. And then I went full, I went full Gordon Ramsay mode. I just shouted for the entire McDonald's, and the customers were looking like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? But yeah, and it is also dangerous because in our case, what happened is like where the positioning of those trays was right across where the fryers are. So what could have happened is that thing could have felt like it could have fallen on me. I could have fallen or tried to stabilize myself, but accidentally put my hands in one of the fryers because they were right next to one another. I'm just saying, it's really fucking dangerous to do these things. So I literally lit up his ass, saying like, you cannot redo that, you fucking idiot. Dude, I went spall up, you know. I saved nothing of that guy left. I don't think that the person probably ever did it again.
Oh yeah, I fucked up majorly. And I got an earful from you, so yeah, I'll be scared to mess up too.
I hope he doesn't do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when I worked in my wing place...
Yeah, exactly, like Siliev is saying here. Like those trays, they're also in these heating systems too. So those things are hot as hell though. So if you try to touch them though, you will burn yourself. Like these things are hot though.
I'm an uncle times 2.
Oh yeah.